Oh. Hello, and welcome to episode, I think it's 24 of our Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 as the Saadid Dynasty. As you can see, we're still the most powerful vassals of the Ummayyads, but that's been true for a long time, and we're actually much weaker than we were fairly recently, since we have lost the Emirate of Aquitaine and Gascony to the Kingdom of Aquitaine in the last Crusade. But I should also mention in the last episode we also lost the the Sheikhdom of Soria, which has been ours for a fair while, but the Emirate of Castille took it back. So things aren't really going great for us. We are currently playing as Sultan Jibril of the Saadid Sultanate, obviously, Sultan of Aragon and Gallicia. He's a drunkard. Ambitious, envious, gregarious, patient and proud though, so kinda cool. Currently his main ambitions, try and take back Soria from the Emirate of Castille. Well, actually to that end, he's actually fabricated a claim on the... that might be it there, the Emirate of Castille, so we'll just take all of their lands hopefully. And also he wants to rebuild up his strength to try and take these lands from Aquitaine, although it looks like Aquitaine's about to lose at least some of them to France and possibly the Teutonic Knights. They've already lost some to the Teutonic Knights down here. And it looks like a guy called Galspurt's going to win Aquitaine because France is winning that war by quite a bit. We did fight a war against the Kingdom of Aquitaine very recently, but we lost badly because France came and allied with them, and they also have holy orders, and we do not yet as Muslims. So I think the first instance is going to be attacking Burgos and building up our military. And, well, fortunately building up our military requires money, and we currently do not have that. So no wars for a little while here. Who's this? The army of Raf. Let's try and take Soria, but looks like they've just been defeated. We are also fighting the Atlasid revolt down here. Just one of our allies. The Kashid Emirate. You see I've got my army, I'll just merge them all together. Hanging out, occupying some of these fortresses that the rebels have taken. Oh no, some of the ones that revolted. It's a better way of saying that. And then hopefully we can head north at some point and fight the rebel army. And the Ummayyads have just got their army out because they're fighting a holy war against France. For this area, which I can never remember how to say. Well, it's not that I never remember, it's I've never known how to say it, it's a horrible French thing. It's like Portois or something. Oh, Lords of Burgundy have limited crown authority. I suppose because of Provence that's kind of important for me. But I am not really going to be doing much for now because I just want to regain my wealth. Ummayyad's actually got a decent sized army. 15,000 or so soldiers. So they might actually be able to put a decent dent in these French forces here. And plus 9,000 up here. So that's going to be a very big army. And hopefully they can actually knock the French back. Another 13, actually it looks like another 20,000 French coming, so maybe I spoke too soon. Win a siege here, got some more money. Actually, is anyone in my prison to ransom? Not at all. I have one threat. The Emir of Navarra. You like me? Would you like an honorary title? To be Chief Architect? Princess should go for my half-sister. Something Chief Cadi. It will not be Chief Cadi. I have actually no idea what the Chief Cadi events do, but... or why I should care. But it keeps popping up, so I have to choose something. Also, it looks like the Ummayyads have almost 30,000 soldiers. And the French have 20,000. And actually it looks like the war between Galspurt is Muslim. Which means I can no longer declare holy wars on him. It's interesting that Catholic French kingdom just put a Muslim ruler on the throne there. But, okay. That's actually going to make it very easier for me to attack northward. So I might try and take Gascony down here, since I don't really... I suppose I've already got a border with the Teutonic Knights, so Toulouse is probably the better option. Oh, children ex-guardian. Prince Khalil, my son. Actually, I might educate this one myself. I've been kind of giving them out to my vassals to try and get them to like me more, because I want their soldiers. To make size of my army 7,000, that's really small. I'm not a very good general, that'll be one of the reasons. My heir's a better general than me. He's brave and gregarious, so he's going to be Prince Mukhtar. He's probably going to be a pretty good sultan, should he ever live to take up the throne. Ummayad armies crossing Aquitaine, and hopefully they'll survive long enough to do some damage here in France. Oh, the French army is actually almost as large as our Ummayad one. Oh, and soon they'll actually outnumber us. So this war might not go very well for the Ummayyads. And by default not very well for me, since I am their vassal. Oh, we dragged some guy out of hiding. Oh, we've got money now. Hopefully we'll ransom this guy. We'll get a bit more money. Now we might as well head north. And start taking these fortresses from the rebels. My wife Bardia is pregnant. But my allies haven't marched north with me. Okay, you can ransom this guy. Oh no, I ransomed that guy, I just paid you some money. I suppose it's fine. Moscow. Oh, I've got 2 holdings over here, which I'm not going to be getting very many soldiers from. And who's this? Kingdom of Burgundy holds some land in my province, but it's not really worth going to war for that. Well, I got complained about my son Mukhtar's temper tantrums. Apparently he punched her son in the face again. The kids show spirits, or beat him into being calm? I don't think so. Encourage me to be more patient. Possibly, I am gregarious and patient myself. Pray for his soul. No, well, I'm decadent, so praying's not really my thing. Could show spirit. I think we'll encourage him to be more patient, just because we are gregarious and patient. So we should be trying to teach him to be nice to people. He's getting the wrath trait. He's now a much better general than me. And how old is he? Mukhtar, 13 years old. It's kind of embarrassing. What a dangerous faction. Okay. Just Emir Alim, his forces must be almost the same size as mine. My wife Shakira is pregnant. My lord, there is a noble warrior at the gate. He says he is a veteran of many battles and desires to become a champion of my house. He praises your wisdom and honour and pledges to always defend you and your household if you accept him into your retinue. Welcome. Let's go find this guy. It's called Fadil. Actually, let's try and marry him to someone. Fadil Fadlid. He's strong, he is brave, he's a skilled tactician and a very good general. So you can marry Princess of Africa. That's a pretty good match for a random general, I would assume. And now what the Ummayad's doing. Leofwine's conquest of Gallicia. So is that... Who's Leofwine? He's fighting the Sheikh of Anaba. Burgos, if they put a claim on the Sheikhdom of Burgos, I think we'll actually let that one go. We've already got one on the Emirates, so we don't need a on the Sheikh. But you can go to the north and go for Gascony. And what's happening with the Teutonic Knights? Teutonic's holy war for Toulouse. Teutonics actually only have a very small army. Getting a few hundred more troops, which might as well go join my army. Actually, once they arrive, we'll outnumber the rebels, plus hopefully my allies will join in. So we might soon head south and try and fight them. Probably after we've taken Crusader, which I'm assuming is my allies' capital. And the Teutons are fighting a peasant revolt in my lands, but both of them are actually from north of the border, which is odd, but whatever. I fear my son Khalil is too cynical for his age. Well, we don't really listen to the church or the mosque all that much, so he is clear-sighted. Plus we're not going to beat him because we're not that kind of person. And actually the rebels will slightly outnumber me. But presumably I'd have better troops. Got a lot more camel warriors than they do. I've got a lot more archers than they do. Wait, do I? No, they've got way more archers, which is actually very useful. Another son called Abdul Jalil. I'm kind of tempted to just march south and fight these rebels anyway. Let's do it. Because the thing is, my levies will restore themselves, hopefully at a quicker rate than these mercenaries will. Plus I might even win. I am winning. No, I'm not, I'm losing. Sorry, got my attacking and defending mixed up. Actually losing quite badly. And now we're winning. Looks like my allies came to help me out. And it's a pretty major victory. So now we can chase down the rebels and win this war. It's like this war against Leofwine, we're also winning. The rebels are actually putting up a good fight, they're actually about to win. Huh. I know, I won. Well, I thought I lost, but apparently I didn't, I won. Perhaps my ally showed up just in time to save me? But regardless, I've got a 2,000 soldier army, so that needs to be improved a lot. I caught my young ward, Prince Mukhtar, torturing a rat behind the stables today. I'll talk to him about kindness. And... well, he's not cruel, but he's not kind either, so that's alright. How's our technology's doing? Well, we can improve heavy infantry and popular customs. And since we've improved heavy infantry, maybe we should improve the barracks to get more of them. Or perhaps more archers. We could hold out a bit and get more camel cavalry. But I thought Hussein to be a more reasonable man. His request to be allowed to duel his rival was slightly erratic. Hussein claimed to be constantly subject to affronts from his rival and asked for permission to defend his honour. Well, I'm proud, so I can understand that. I'll allow it. Yes, I think I'll upgrade to barracks. It's hard being a good Sunni these days, but my friend truly shocked me when I realised we did not share the same religion. My dear friend's a heretic. Who cares about religion anyway? I don't. And well, Albarracin is researching something. Saragusta can get castle walls, which just increases our troops overall. Mayor Saadid worries that people love my blah blah blah, it's a courtier thing. No, he won't do. And my nephew Suja Ibn Khalil wants an educator. Tanz bint Muhammad? Okay. Any decent plots here? Nope. Cool, more money now, Barassan. There's Jaka we have. But we don't have anything in it. Okay. Can we improve something here? Castle walls we'll do again. It also improves our money, which is very good. I probably should also try and hire a retinue at some point. I think we might start going for a large and cheap one with heavy infantry and archers. What's this called? A skirmish as opposed to a light skirmish retinue. I think skirmish retinues are actually the most powerful one just because archers are so powerful at the start of battles and giving you an advantage. Actually, possibly camel cavalry because they would also do pretty well at the start of a battle. I mean, heavy infantry doesn't do much in the skirmish phase, but 7.1 attack for archers is pretty useful. I can't check any of the others because I don't have any of their troops. Actually, let's just raise the levy here. I caught my son Khalil lying to me again, straight to my face without batting an eye. I almost had an innocent servant sent to the stocks. With the birch? No, that's not us. Even I'm impressed. It doesn't really seem something we'd be impressed about. Talk to me about honesty? That's kind of the only one that's even reasonable for this guy. So light infantry is actually pretty good. So maybe it's the light skirmish retinue is the better option. But, well, the skirmish retinue is cheaper. Less troops in it, but it's also got a higher percentage of archers, so that has to be pretty good. And what's happening down here? One of my emirates has formed its troops, or massing its troops. It's hostile against Vikings, but that's about it. Oh, Vikings are raiding me up there. I can imprison the Emirate of Valencia. End plot. Yes. And hopefully I won't be able to imprison them anymore. And so it looks like with my retinues, I've used about half of what I can. I'll wait till it finishes all the same so I can have a proper look. Actually, it's almost 2,000, so I probably can actually get 5 of these skirmish retinues. Which, I mean, it's not actually, well, it's 1,200 soldiers, so it's not nothing, but having so many archers would be good. The Knights of Calatrava are fighting against Aquitaine. I'm kind of tempted to send my forces north to fight in that war. But I'd rather hold on to them for a little bit. See if I've got 6,500 soldiers now, plus a 74 of my retinue, which will make a huge difference. That was sarcasm if you couldn't tell, but yep. City taxation. probably should actually increase this. Yeah, let's do it. Cost 50 piety, don't care. Just because they can't do anything about it. As long as I make sure I never have a mayor as holding a sheikhdom. The twists and turns of Mukhtar's tongue and white lies he used to make friends is making my head spin. How can such a young lad be able to lie so well? The goal justifies the means, or your tongue will cause you problems. I've already talked to him about this. But I mean, he's using lies to make friends, and I'd be kind of okay with that. So I'm going to say the goal justifies the means. I'm ambitious myself, so I can kind of get that. Which means that I'm guessing Mukhtar's now a liar. Could be an intrigue, kind of bad at diplomacy though, but actually being gregarious almost... Well, they do actually cancel each other out in terms of diplomacy, but this just gives us an intrigue bonus. Oh, and he's just come of age. He's an underhanded rogue. Kind of makes sense after that whole deceitful thing we just did. And he should marry somebody. Oh yeah, Princess of the Arabian Empire will do. I obviously put a lot of thought of that, just choosing the first person on the list. And this retinue is actually eating into my... yeah, bank balance a fair bit. So the Knights of Calatrava are heading south, so perhaps it is time to get involved in this war. My daughter wants to be whatever, maybe we can deal with that. So 5,220 soldiers. There are 15,000 people occupying Provence. Didn't I just agree to this? Whatever. No, it's a different daughter. Well, lots of people are coming to help. Well, they're fighting Aquitaine, so I'm not actually going to lose anything. I don't think. Oh wait. Italian Holy War for Provence. Okay, I did not know that was happening. Well, in that case, I might well lose Provence, so I'd better go and fight in this war. Okay, Jews are now allowed back in our kingdom. My nephew, yeah, he can be an Andalusian Sunni, or Sunni. Got more barracks in Albarracin, which will give us more troops, and better quality troops. Eventually, because I just pulled the levies out, so it's not been for a while. Who's this? My son. Decline. I would have already given him to somebody. I'm not going to take him off that person. Let's go see if we can fight the Knights of Calatrava, but it looks like they'll lose long before we arrive. But we might as well just kind of follow the Ummayad army around, since they're going to be our best bet. Betrothed can marry, go for it. Of actually getting, there'll be a best chance of actually holding on to Provence. And my extra 5,000 troops could actually make a difference here. Castle walls has been built in Jakar. Oh good, Fadil is leading the troops. Managed to get a victory there. And yeah, we'll just let them follow the Ummayyads around. And hopefully we'll defeat this Italian army. But at some point they're going to have to go and fight in Provence. Oh, and the Ummayyads have lost a lot of troops. Possibly through attrition is the only thing I can think of. Knights of Calatrava occupying Navarra. Which I suppose is actually pretty good for me, because the Emir of Navarre is actually got a faction that's plotting against me. And also we're going to go try and retake Provence, fighting England and Burgundy. How big is England? Oh, quite large. That's a fairly new... I don't think that was there last I looked. What else is new? Finland's doing alright. Turkestan's new. Byzantines are large. This is all the usual mess. Well, Frost is in there, but nothing spectacular there. Saadid's are pretty huge. Nothing much happening elsewhere, it looks like. We won the Battle of Menton, so we are fighting in Provence again, and hopefully we'll retake this shortly. Nope, we're marching, on the move again. Nope, now we're occupying it, that's good. And there's some Italian troops marching around my lands. Oh, some of them's decadent. I won't be able to do anything about it. Well, I'm decadent myself, so there's probably not much I can really do about it. What's this here? Smuggler's ring. Huh, well that's probably because I had no money, but now I've got money, so hopefully that'll fix that. 162 soldiers in the levy, that will be good. Castle walls in Saragossa. 417 is the max I can get there, which isn't actually very much, all things considered. Oh, where's my troops going now? We took one castle back. I suppose it's enough to stop the ticking war score. And obviously our plan is to destroy the enemy's armies. Better customs and Alto Aragon, that's good. My spy master's not stealing me much in the way of technology now. Actually, I probably should send him to scheme to get my vassal to stop or leave that faction. I mean, there's only one vassal in it, but still. Sheikh Murad. So wants to fabricate a claim on the Emirate of Aragon. Let's not do that. You can end your plot. Atlasid here. The Emirate of Aragon's of course my lands, Albaras and Saragossa Alto Aragon, and I would much rather keep them to myself, at least for now. Oh, big English army here, but looks like us and the Ummayyads should win this. We're not doing very well in the centre here. But we're doing pretty well on this flank against Duke Hereward the Just, who's a pretty bad general. Lost in the centre, but won on both the flanks. No, we didn't. We only won on one flank, but it was enough. And now we're leaving to chase their army down. That makes more sense. And I've lost a lot of troops. Not as much as the Ummayyads have, but half my army's gone. Whereas they started off with about 15,000. They started off with 18,000. And they're now down to 4,000. And here comes another Italian army. We're just going to run out of troops before we can crush all these Catholics. Which is going to be really sad. Because I quite like... Well, Provence doesn't really do much for me. I don't get a lot of money or troops from it. But it's kind of good just to hold something north of the Pyrenees. Or, well, I think Rosello is also kind of north of the Pyrenees, but we'll pretend it's part of the Pyrenees. Lupo was very inquisitive and asked a lot of questions about Sunni and the greatest. I was happy to talk about my religion, and my God with a non-judgmental man, and answered all his questions as good as I could. Thank you for not judging my religion, Lupo. I wonder if I can go carousing with him. Probably, and I should. Invite to carousing. Do it. My son became of legal age. He's a brilliant strategist. Huh. Okay. And you can marry Well, this woman's also a brilliant strategist, so whatever. Cool. And Lupo's coming to corrals with me. And get made the Chancellor of the Ummayad Empire. Pick an ambition. The only one is to amass wealth, so let's do that. We're winning this war, but we're fighting the King of Burgundy, the King of England, and the King of Italy. Well as the the Knights of Calatrava. The kidnappers overpowered me and made sure I could not call for help by stuffing a filthy rag into my mouth. Luckily, they did not get far away with me. Emir Muzaffaraddin and the guards managed to free me and capture them. Well, that's good, because I thought that guy actually hated me, but obviously he likes me quite a bit now. Make sure they are severely punished. I'm kind of tempted to send my troops home and get some more, because I'm assuming I could, a few thousand more troops. Because I really suspect that soon we're just not going to have enough soldiers to win this war. And so long, if we actually took all the lands back that they currently hold, we'd probably win it. So maybe I'll just do that. Björn, we've got a claim in the county of Björn. We'll let that go, we'll stick for the Emirate. Oh, it looks like we're just going to take this. Yeah, with 4,000 Italian soldiers, we'd better actually stick with the Ummayyads for now. But it looks like our plan's actually to take Nice. Your guests have arrived for the private feast you have arranged. It's time to let the carousing and merriment begin. Cool. Having a party. Blah blah blah. Cool. We're having a great time carousing. My comrades say I should slow down on the drink, but that's all nonsense. I can handle it. So for a year I get... Oh! Now known as Jibril Saadid the Drunkard. Okay, I get a minus negative multiplier to... Really it's a negative additive thing to my diplomacy, which sucks since I'm the Chancellor, but whatever. The revelling and carousing is over for now. Time to get back to real life, gain prestige, and I've also gained my diplomacy skills back. Oh, looks like we're assaulting this fortress here. Looks like we failed. No, we're going again. There we go. And if we were to get the last two, plus also take this, the barony of Grimald, that would be the war over. It's up to 54%. I think I'm actually probably getting a lot of military technology from this, but I need a lot more to gain any new techs. Cavalry will be the next, but I'm still a couple of hundred away from that. Oh, one of my vassals can be discouraged from associating with conspiratorial factions. Shall we obligate, threaten? I think we'll obligate. See what happens here. Won the Battle of Arles, that's good. Honoured Sultan, thank you for reminding me of my duties and obligations as your vassal. You are right, of course. For the foreseeable future, you have my promise not to support factions conspiring against you. Very good. Now what should I do with my spy master? Oh, I need a new marshal. Fadil would be good, but he's also a very good general. Yeah, let's just go with Fadil. And research military. Now let's train troops. Which means I'll probably need a new general over here, but I'm sure we'll sort it out eventually. It looks like, what were we taking there? We must have been besieging Grimald, because they've only held the last two bits of this, or last two holdings in that province. But this Italian army down here massively outnumbers us now. And we've just retaken Freius. So we're besieging Grimald. And I thought that would have been enough to win the war for us. Only 75%. I wonder how many more troops I can get. A few more here. And, well, 20 more soldiers. It's better than nothing, but we've got 6,143 and they've got about 6,000. Occupying Rosello. What's this faction? Gallicia. How would you like an honorary title? The Court Poet. Your wife is a lot older than you. Oh, but you have other wives. And you're actually a really good organiser. And actually you're pretty good overall. High diplomacy, high martial, high stewardship. Stuck in intrigue, so I'd probably be able to arrest you no problems. Okay, let's take this fortress. And the ticking war score's going in our favour fairly rapidly, so that will be good. And who's this? Oh, the King of Aquitaine's helping us out. Are you a new spy master? Mohammed the Shadow, a good name for a spy master. No one wants the job. Yeah, I suppose you'll do. I suppose we'll have to study technology. Let's go to see our enemies. And is this Milan? Pavia. It's close to Milan. Milan must be in here somewhere. Lombardy. There's Milan. Oh, it's my friend again. Who cares about religion? I still don't. The war's up to 81%. I think when this war's over, we will end it. Well, I say that, but then I see a large Italian army heading our way. They will outnumber us by a fair margin, but hopefully we can win. These are mountains, but we're retreating. Well, they're just going to march on to Nice now. Severe winter. Might even work slightly more to our advantage, at least give us a chance to gain a few more troops. Nope, they're going to try and retake some of our lands. And we're marching deeper into their country. Maybe I'll get a few more retinues here. Because, oh that's right, I was trying to save money, forgot about that. Oh well. 400 more archers, I think. 500 soldiers, so your 400 archers sounds about right. And it looks like we are just occupying some places in the Alps. Which I suppose isn't a bad thing to do, it's just kind of a weird thing to do. Oh no, marching somewhere else. And let's see if we can oh, we'd better not risk it. Okay. Looks like this war might stretch on for a little bit longer, so we'll just end the video here. I don't really think anything's happened. Well, probably the big thing has been happening just to the north, where Aquitaine's been slowly losing its land. Looks like it's about to lose another bit, but we'll hopefully take a bit of the last chunk and that'll be that. But we have actually been increasing the size of our levies in Aragon here. fighting this war to hold Provence, which has been going very well. And well, we also did win the revolt down here, so we've got a nice strong ally in the Atlasid Emirate, who kind of owes us a favour. So we're all doing very well. We're regaining our power, improving our military, and hopefully Castille and Castille and Aquitaine will feel it next time. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.